Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. So I am going to be using a new to me, not new foundation to go along with my concealer from Sephora, the Best Skin Ever concealer. We are going to be trying Sephora's Best Skin Ever foundation. So I have actually been using this for a couple of days now. I already know what I think of it, but just kind of wanted to show you and how these two work together in case you haven't tried them before. So if that sounds interesting to you, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified of any future uploads. And with that, grab yourself a cup of coffee. Let's go do our makeup. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and prime first, and I think I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer. I have the stick version of this. I like them both. Their textures are a little bit different when you get them on the skin, but they basically do the same thing. So I'm going to be using this one up. It's almost gone. I really do like this. Like I said, the stick version and this one really do end up performing about the same. They are blurring on the skin. This one just sort of, I don't know, maybe because I'm using more of it, just blends out a little bit easier. There is that, and we are going to jump into this foundation. I'm going to let that sit for a couple of minutes, but I do have the shade 11.5P, and that is the exact same shade I was shade matched to in the concealer. So when I went to Sephora, because I love this so much, I wanted to give this a try. I tried a couple of shades. This one does appear to be the best shade. It looks slightly different when you swatch them, but once you get it on the skin, they look the same. It's very rare for some reason for me to have the same shade in a concealer and the matching foundation. I don't know why. A good example of that is the Dior Skin Correct and Skin Forever. Whoops. I have completely different shades in these two, but once you get them on, they're beautiful together. So at any rate, we are going to go into this. This is what it looks like. It is a pump foundation. This says, I'll just read you a little bit about it. Let's see, medium buildable coverage for the look of naturally perfected skin. It is non-comedogenic, which is, if I can find a foundation that I love that is not going to break me out, I am all for it, because I am very prone to breaking out, especially from complexion products like this. So let's see. We're going to go ahead and go into this. The next shade up, I forget what the number, I think it was 12. It was a warm shade, which I tend to prefer warm shades, and especially yellow undertones. But that one was just too dark. There's a big difference. So I'm going to go in with one pump here. Just a little bit more. It is rather thick, and you can see it does have a slightly pink undertone to it, but still fairly neutral, I think. I mean, I don't think this leans cool or warm necessarily. It looks a little light on camera. It does end up being a pretty good shade match for me. And I do like to go in with a brush with this foundation. And you can see, I'm just going to get up a little closer here, how quickly this blends into the skin. Yeah. Right. Yeah, and again, I know that looks really light. It's really, it oxidizes just a hair, and this is a pretty perfect shade match for me once it is blended out. It really, I think it's fragrance free. It really doesn't have much of a smell. Okay, and this does also say it's enriched with algae extracts and hyaluronic acid provides anti-pollution benefits and 12-hour hydration. I would agree with that. This definitely feels hydrating and stays that way through the day. I wore this a couple of times to work, stayed on it beautifully. It wears very gracefully. It wears beautifully with the concealer. But I loved this so much. And when I can find a concealer that looks good under my eyes, I mean, that's enough for me. That's it. So I had to try this foundation. Okay. So you can see that's one pump. You can build it up slightly. I'm not going to do any more. I think I'm going to let the concealer do the work from here. I can feel it on my skin. It feels hydrating. It gives sort of it's like a serum feel once it's on your skin, but it does settle down to a nice natural finish. That is my favorite finish. If you watched my review on the Ritual de Fille foundation, this is also a very similar finish, but more coverage. Look how pretty that is. All right, let's see how this goes on with the concealer. First, I'm gonna use a little bit of my Revlon lip scrub balm. I love this stuff. You've probably heard me talk about it if you've watched my videos. This is one of my favorite products. This is probably my most repurchased product since I have been putting on makeup. Lip products are my first obsession when it comes to makeup. So this is really one of the first products that I purchased, and when I started really getting into makeup, and I just love it. So, okay, let's dive into this concealer. It really does bother me. It bothers me that this looks so light in the camera. I promise it is so much, look, it's almost a full shade darker in my mirror. So anyway, let's dive into the Sephora Best Skin Ever concealer. Like I said, I did use this in another video. It is a full coverage multi-use concealer, natural finish, long wear, 100%. It lasts all day long, and it is also non-comedogenic. So I am comfortable putting this anywhere on my face. Ooh, that's probably way too much. You do not need a lot of this. And I'm gonna blend this out and show you the finish here. Can see and this is darker than the foundation, but they both work pretty well for me. But it's just interesting, they're the same shade, but something about the products, and I don't know what it is, but the shades look different, but they both work. So, all right, I should have waited to put anything on this side before I showed you this side, but you can probably see how quickly and easily that covered up my dark circles. And I have a very large like vein blood vessel that runs right here under my right eye, and it is so hard to cover. I look like I have a black eye, you know, when I have nothing on. So, and people have brought that up before. So, all right. I mean, it just blends right. It just soaks right in the skin. I mean, that quick. Look how quickly that blended. Oh, I love this stuff so much. This is very affordable too. I honestly, Sephora's line, you know, is just amazing. Highly recommend trying. I don't know what took me so long, because this has been around for a while. This is not a new product. have a mascara. I bought my daughter a mascara from the Sephora line. Beautiful. I love it. I need to go get one for myself. It's, I think I did try it in another video, but it's volumizing, lengthening, lasts all day, doesn't flake, just really, really, really nice. Okay, so that got me to a solid medium coverage. Full coverage in a couple of areas, like where I put the concealer. I'm not going to put it all over, but hopefully you can see the level of coverage I got and the consistency, the texture. It is still sort of dewy. That will settle down as it sits through the day, but this is, and this really is such a good shade match. I'm really happy with the shade match. It made me nervous when they matched me to a pink undertone. I just, ugh, but it's beautiful. It's spot on. Get up here closer. Hopefully you can see. I also just got some new lights. I hope that they are helping, but not, you know, blurring out everything. I do want you to be able to see texture. It's just hard sometimes when there's not enough natural light. But, you know, I mean, you can still see a couple freckles through this. This is a solid medium to full coverage look, right in between there. So, loving those. I'm going to do the rest of my face and I will be right back. Okay, I am back. I have the rest of my makeup on. I used the new Natasha Denona Hyper Natural Face Palette. That video will be coming up shortly. But this is what this foundation looks like with the rest of my face on. I mean, it's just, these two together are beautiful. I've tried this with other concealers. It works just fine, plays very nicely with others, and this as well. So really like this foundation. I am going to for sure continue to use this. This is going to stay in my rotation. Number one, because I've been breaking out a lot lately. This is non-comedogenic, so it's not going to break me out. It hasn't broken me out. So I really like this. I will definitely continue to use it. So hopefully this was helpful. If you are interested in trying the Sephora Best Skin Ever, I would highly recommend giving this a shot. So I hope you enjoy the remainder of your week and make it a great day. Thank you for joining me. Bye.